time to talk some NFL draft. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL in here to talk, as I mentioned, about the draft and give you guys my NFL mock draft. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you have not done so. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, guys. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Okay, so I know you guys have been probably waiting for this one for quite some time. I apologize for the delay. Better late than never, I guess. So I'm going to be giving you guys my official mock draft for the first round. I'm only doing the first round, so 1 through 32. All the picks, I'll walk you through them and give you guys my thought process behind it. So let's get into it. All right, so here we go. There's been a lot of mock drafts out there. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot. I have certainly seen my fair share, and I wanted to obviously give you guys my very own. Now, couple of things here, all right? We know the first two picks are pretty much locks at this point. So before I even show you my mock draft, I can talk about them because they're guarantees. And the other thing, too, is I did this mock draft without including any trades. Now, we know trades are going to happen, but I just didn't want to, kind of muck it up and predict all the trades because there could be a lot. But I will pick out the spots where I believe, yeah, I can see a team trading here. So look out for that. So let's talk real quickly about the gimme picks here, all right? The number 1 and number 2 overall picks are virtual locks. Trevor Lawrence to the Jacksonville Jaguars at the number 1 overall pick is a lock. No explanation needed. If you don't think so, I suggest you stop watching football because, again, it is a lock, all right? Number 2, Zach Wilson to the Jets, I believe is a lock as well. After they traded Sam Darnold, this became a virtual stone cold lock. And again, no explanation needed, or I shouldn't have to explain it. They're going to take Zach Wilson at number 2. So to me, obviously, those are gimmies. Not going to give myself any credit for those two because, again, they're going to happen. All right? So the draft really starts at number 3. So here we go. My mock draft should be on your screen right now. All right? At number 3, as you can tell, I have the 49ers, who traded up to that number 3 spot, taking quarterback Justin Fields. Now, I know all the talk's been about Mac Jones, right? Who are the 49ers going to take? Are they going to take Mac Jones? Are they going to take Justin Fields? And clearly, I have them taking Justin Fields. And the reason why is I believe Kyle Shanahan is too smart of a football coach to reach for Mac Jones. I'm not saying Mac Jones can't be better than Justin Fields. Justin Fields is just a better prospect. He can do what Mac Jones can do and more. And I believe this is a smokescreen by the 49ers to make teams think they're taking Mac Jones when they're really going to go ahead and take Justin Fields, okay? And at this point, the 49ers need to realize that trading up for a quarterback costs you a ransom, right? In terms of compensation, you better get it right because we've seen teams in the past trade up for guys, RG3, obviously the Bears with Mitchell Trubisky, and it didn't pan out. So I believe Kyle Shanahan's going to take the safer prospect, if you will, in Justin Fields at number 3. All right, so number 4, I've got the Atlanta Falcons taking tight end Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is, if you just take a look at overall, the best player in this draft. I mean, this is a guy who, people are already predicting could make it to the Hall of Fame. And you rarely hear that, but he just is that damn talented. He's going to step in and make an immediate impact. Now, why do I have him going to the Falcons here? I believe they're going to go all in with Matty Ice, with Matt Ryan. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback. They could take Mac Jones here, right? They could take a Trey Lance or whatever as the heir apparent to Matt Ryan, but I don't believe they're going to do that. I believe they're going to take one last run with Matt Ryan, give him all the weapons in the world. So now you got Julio, Ridley, and Kyle Pitts. It's going to be an offensive bonanza in Atlanta. Adding Kyle Pitts to that team, it's going to be ridiculous. So I believe Kyle Pitts goes to the Atlanta Falcons at number 4. All right, so moving on down here, talking about the rest of these picks. At number 5, we've got Cincinnati. I've got them taking offensive lineman Penei Sewell, who was the best offensive lineman in this draft. You got to protect your number 1 quarterback, Joe Burrow, obviously your franchise quarterback, and he obviously got hurt last season, so it gives you even more reason to protect him. Penei Sewell does just that. Miami, I haven't taken Jamar Chase. I believe they want to give Tua all the weapons they can so that they can see if Tua can really play or not. Now, I know they signed Will Fuller. They've got Devontae Parker. But hey, you can still add to that. Jamar Chase is a special, special talent. And Parker and Fuller are both not clear number 1 options, all right? They're more like number 2 options, all right? Number 7, I've got Detroit taking a wide receiver as well. So back-to-back wide receivers. They take Devontae Smith. Look, you got to give Jared Goff something to work with here. Kenny Galladay's gone. Marvin Jones is gone. Like, who do you even have at this point at the wide receiver position? So I have him taking Devontae Smith. He doesn't have the upside that Jamar Chase does, but he is still going to be, I believe, a very good wide receiver. All right, moving on down here to number 8, Carolina. They're taking Rashawn Slater, the offensive lineman out of Northwestern. Again, you just invested in your quarterback of the future who you believe in, Sam Darnold. You want to protect him. You've got plenty of weapons. They don't need another receiver or a running back. Obviously, they've got those things figured out. Get some protection for Sam Darnold. All right, moving on down. Here we go at number 8. I've got the Broncos taking quarterback Trey Lance. And yes, they could certainly trade here. So this is a scenario where you should probably look for the Broncos maybe to move up with, the Lions, or move up with the Panthers to take a Trey Lance. But I think they're done with Drew Lock. I think they want to move off of Drew Lock. They're over it. And so Trey Lance is a guy who I believe they think they can mold. Now, they could take Mac Jones here as well, but I have them going with Trey Lance because I believe they think he has more of an upside than Mac Jones. All right, so that is the fourth quarterback off the board now. Moving on down here, we've got at number 10, the Dallas Cowboys taking Patrick Surtain, the second, a cornerback. And look, the Cowboys offense is really good, so they need a defense. So I believe they're going to draft a defense player for sure. Their secondary is a little weak, so I have them taking cornerback. All right, again, rest of the first round is really just me picking based off a need. I know the Eagles can use a receiver, so I have them taking Jalen Waddle. We've got the Chargers taking J.C. Horn. Minnesota getting some protection with Elijah Vera Tucker. And then here we go, the New England Patriots taking quarterback, Mac Jones. So I believe Mac Jones, again, with the Broncos and the Patriots, either of those two teams could trade up to get him, or Trey Lance. And I believe the Patriots can't pass up on Mac Jones here because they know they need a guy behind Cam Newton to be able to develop. Like, you can't just have Cam Newton and be like, okay, we're good at quarterback. You just can't. He wasn't very good last season. So I believe Bill Belichick is going to go ahead and take Mac Jones here. They're probably hoping they don't have to trade up, but if they don't, then I don't see Mac Jones slipping past 15, because the team after 15, that is for sure, I believe, would take Mac Jones. At 20 would be the Bears. But again, I don't see him slipping that far. All right, moving along here in the draft. Again, I have these teams picking based off a need here. At Washington, taking offensive lineman Christian Darrisaw. The Bears at number 20. I believe they go with the safe pick here. Take offensive lineman Tevin Jenkins. I talked about him in my other video. Look, their needs are clear. It's offensive line, it's quarterback, it's cornerback, right? And if the 5 quarterbacks that I mentioned are gone, they're probably going to take a look at a day 2 guy for the quarterback position. Could they take a corner here? Sure. Could they take a receiver here as well? Maybe. Sure. But I think they go with the safe pick, which is offensive line. That was an area that they needed to address. So I believe the Bears go with a guy in Tevin Jenkins. All right, moving on down here. Colts take Greg Newsome the second. I got the Titans taking Rashad Bateman, a guy who I had linked to the Bears. Look, the Titans just lost Corey Davis. They lost Jonnu Smith. They need a weapon alongside A.J. Brown. So I believe they're going to go ahead and take a receiver. Rashad Bateman should be a good complementary weapon next to A.J. Brown. All right, moving on down here. This might surprise you a little bit, but it shouldn't. Pittsburgh Steelers, I have them taking Najee Harris. So obviously the best running back in this draft by far. And we know running backs just don't get picked high usually because of their position. But the Steelers just lost James Conner, right? Who do they have in their backfield? They need a guy who can take the pressure off of Big Ben. Najee Harris is going to come in and be able to just take a boatload of carries and just, tote the rock. So I think they take Najee Harris, and I think it's going to be a steal for him. Again, running backs just don't get picked that high because of position, but he is ultra mega talented. So I have the Steelers taking Najee Harris. Moving on down here. Again, more just based off of need. In terms of what the teams have or what the teams need. Number 29, with the Packers taking a wide receiver. Now, look, you could say Faiz, the Packers, really, are they going to take a wide receiver? Well, they do need another weapon alongside, Devontae Adams. I mean, I get it, they didn't have Devin Funchess last year. He's going to come back. But Marcus Valdes-Scantling's very inconsistent. Alan Lazard, I don't think Alan Lazard is the future at that number 2 receiver spot. I think they need more weapons for Aaron Rodgers. And we know he got killed. The Packers got killed for this last year because they took a quarterback, Jordan Love, in the first round. So I believe this time they actually do address it and they go for a weapon for Aaron Rodgers. Because, again, if they go here, defense here again, man, I'm just... Or quarterback. They're not going to go quarterback, obviously. But if they go defense, I'm going to be very shocked here. All right, and then finally, just rounding out the first round, I have the Chiefs taking a defensive player in Gregory Rousseau, and then Tampa Bay taking a cornerback in Calvin Joseph. So there you have it, folks. My official mock draft 1.0. Again, didn't have the trades in here. Maybe I will bring out another mock draft with the trades. But let me know what you guys think. If you agree or disagree with the mock draft. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I want to know down in the comments below. Appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for watching.